Hey everyone, today's video is going to be a little bit of a weird one. I want to say I'm going to be eating Christmas meal deals for 24 hours. Now I know the whole eating Tesco meal deals for 24-hour trend was like a year and a half ago. Definitely missed the boat on that one, but I just figured now that they're releasing all of like the Christmas sandwiches and things, I would switch up a little bit and do a Christmas themed meal deal challenge, I guess. Essentially, I just wanted to try them and I wanted an excuse to do that. Obviously, we're in lockdown, I'm no longer working in the office. Meal deals just aren't really a thing at the moment. I'm not going to pop to Tesco on my lunch break to get a meal deal when I'm living in my flat. So I thought I'd get them all out of the way in one go and just spend the day trying them and giving you guys my thoughts on which one I would recommend the most. Now, I will say I did have a little bit of a struggle trying to find meal deals in Tesco and Sainsbury's and Asda. All three of those places were pretty much a fail. I did go to all three and couldn't find any of the Christmas sandwiches, which was really sad. I know that Tesco definitely have a couple this year. They have one in the meal deal and I think they also have one in the Wicked Kitchen range, which sounds amazing, but unfortunately I couldn't find it anywhere. So haven't got any from those places, but I have picked up 3 different sandwiches that I'm going to try. They're all vegan, obviously, because I'm vegan, so I'll let you guys know which one I would recommend the most. There were a lot of vegan turkey sandwiches this year. I would say like 90% were vegan turkey sandwiches. So it's kind of a little bit of battle of the turkey sandwich. I did try the toasty from Costa the other day if you saw my vlog, and I really enjoyed that. So not going to complain that that is the vegan option this year. It definitely beats like any hummus and falafel wrap that I feel like we've been given for the last 10 years maybe. So that is what today's video is going to be. It is currently like 11ish. Excuse the kind of damp hair. I've tried to make the background somewhat festive because we're getting in the Christmas spirit early this year, and I'm going to start my morning off with my first meal deal. So this one was from Boots. It's their vegan Christmas market with vegan sausage sandwich. Picked this up because I thought it sounded a little bit different. It is seasoned sausage with roasted seasoned white cabbage, onion chutney, vegan mayonnaise, fried onions and mustard on white bread. Honestly, I think that sounds incredible, and I thought this was like the most breakfast sounding sandwich because I would have a sausage sandwich for breakfast. I feel like the turkey and stuffing ones, not so much. So this is going to be my breakfast this morning, and I've also got an innocent smoothie. I feel like, is it even a meal deal if you don't try and get the most expensive drink to go with it? So I feel like you have to pick up an innocent smoothie with meal deals. This is the Invigorate one. It is kiwi, cucumber, apple, matcha, flax seeds with vitamins. I feel like I'm going to need this today because I didn't actually pick up any fruit as any of my snacks, so this is going to be my fruit of the day. I did also get some snacks with the meal deals, but I think I'm going to save those for a little bit later on when I'm feeling a bit peckish. This is what it looks like. I mean, not the prettiest sandwich. It's definitely just a standard white bread sausage sandwich, but I mean, it smells really good. That corner piece was very, very dry. I feel like I have mixed thoughts on this. I feel like when you get into the middle of the sandwich, it's definitely less dry. You then have like the chutney and things that makes it more bearable, but the chutney is very strong, which kind of overpowers all of the flavours. So I feel like the main flavour of this is just onion chutney. Can't really taste sausage or any of the other things that it said was in this. Like fried onions, it definitely needs more vegan mayonnaise. I can't taste that at all. And then cabbage as well, which I guess doesn't have the strongest of flavours. I think for the most part, this is like an onion chutney and sausage wrap, which I mean isn't bad. I would maybe give this a 6.5 out of 10. I think if it had more mayonnaise so it was less dry, I definitely think I would rate it a lot higher. Okay, so the more I eat, the more I think that 6.5 was maybe a little bit harsh. I would say I would give this maybe a 7.5. It does get better, I feel like, the more you get into the inside of the sandwich. The edge is pretty dry, but the inside definitely tastes better and has more flavour going on. Also gonna have some of my drink. I've definitely tried this flavour before, so I know that I like it. Innocent smoothies are so good. I don't think there's a single one of these I don't like. They are all so good, so refreshing. I feel like this definitely helps make it more breakfasty because I wouldn't normally have a sandwich for breakfast, so bringing the breakfast vibes with the smoothie this morning. I am going to finish the rest of my sandwich and then I will catch up with you guys when I'm having a snack or my next meal deal for lunch. I am just about to head out for a couple of hours. I'm going to go for a little walk. I might go sit by a canal that's near me, so I figured I'd bring some of the snacks with me. Did think about bringing a sandwich because I'm going to be out over lunchtime, but I had such a late breakfast, I just don't think I'm going to be able to manage another sandwich for a little while. So I'm going to take these with me for now, and then when I'm back I'll show you guys the next sandwich that I picked up. But in terms of snacks, my first one is this Livia's Kitchen Million Squares salted peanut butter. These are really good. I tried these for the first time a couple of months ago and I was very impressed. They're kind of more on the healthier side, I guess. I mean, like compared to a chocolate bar or anything along those sorts of lines, they're all very like natural ingredients, but they still taste really good. They're also really expensive, so the fact that you can get them on the meal deal is definitely a win. I checked that so many times before I took them to the till that they actually were in the meal deal, because I didn't want the whole awkward situation where they scan it through and then it's not actually a meal deal and you have to pay like £6 for something that you were expecting to pay £3 for. So I recommend them. It's definitely a good meal deal choice. And then I also just got some standard Paprika Max crisps. These are some of my favourites. Not really festive snacks, but I couldn't find anything that was vegan in the meal deal that was also kind of Christmassy. I think they did have a couple of like Christmas cake bar type things, which to be honest doesn't really do anything for me anyway, but I don't think they were vegan. So if you know of any vegan snacks in the Boots meal deal, definitely let me know, because I couldn't find any, but I'm not complaining because I'm very excited to eat those snacks. So I'm going to take those with me now and then I'll show you guys my sandwich when I get back. Somehow I didn't manage to eat either of the snacks while I was out, so I'm now home, been munching on some of the crisps, and I'm also going to have another one of the drinks I picked up. So this is the Outpro Caramel Soy Latte. I've never tried this before or anything like it, I don't think. They had a couple of different options in the meal deal, but I chose this one. I was so happy when I saw they did this in the meal deal because I knew that I would need coffee at some point today. It is now like 4ish, very much in need of some caffeine, so I'm going to give this a try. Ooh. I mean, it smells like caramel coffee, as expected. I feel like this is a really cool packaging with this type of lid. I don't know how like environmentally friendly it is. It does seem like additional plastic. I don't know if it says something on here about that. Made from recycled paper, recycled drinking lid and paper wrap separately and make the difference for the planet. Okay, fair enough, maybe it's not too bad, but I am gonna give this a try. I mean, I'm a fan. I feel like I could probably do with a hot drink right now because I do feel quite cold. I think I would have been obsessed with this in the summer if I tried it back then, but it still tastes really good. I definitely get it again. I feel like next summer this will be part of my meal deals if we're back in the office and I can actually go and get a meal deal on my lunch break again. It's like those little things that you just don't even realise you take for granted. I know that I'm saving so much money from having lunches at home, but there's something about a meal deal that's just exciting that I don't get anymore. But in the summer, I reckon next year this will be part of my meal deal. Figured I might as well also open my second sandwich now as well. I'm having my meals at the weirdest times today because 4 probably isn't the most normal lunchtime, but this is from Boots. This is their vegan no turkey feast. It has got flavoured soya protein pieces with vegan mayonnaise, cranberry chutney, vegan sage and onion stuffing, spinach, roasted and seasoned red cabbage, fried onions, and it's on malted bread. Sounds really good. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, I feel like a lot of the vegan options this year are turkey with like cranberry sauce and stuffing, but in my mind that sounds really good. I know that Sainsbury's have like a cheese and chutney one, which also sounds good, which I couldn't find. And then yeah, I think Tesco's is the same sort of vibe with the soy meat, I'm pretty sure, although don't quote me on that. This is very well filled. This is what it looks like on the inside. I feel like I'm going to appreciate the malted bread on this one. I will say that the white bread on that last sandwich did taste quite dry. Okay, so texture wise, I think this is way better than the one this morning. The bread is way less dry. I really like the filling, like consistency. It's got more mayonnaise, which means overall the whole thing is just more moist, I guess. Sorry for using that word. So I think this one definitely beats the first sandwich on texture. The taste is far more subtle, which could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what you're looking for. The one this morning, the chutney was very overpowering, which is nice if you want like a flavoursome sandwich. This one, I don't think it really has that much flavour. Can't taste the stuffing at all. Like I already mentioned, in the Costa one, I think it was also stuffing, cranberry and turkey. In that one, the stuffing was like the main flavour that I could taste. Literally can't taste anything in this. I can taste a little bit of cranberry, but probably could do with more cranberry. And I can taste the turkey, but that's like pretty flavourless. So it's not like a super overpowering flavoured sandwich. I mean, overall though, very much enjoying this. I would say I prefer this to this morning's. I would give this maybe an 8 out of 10. Big fan of the texture, big fan of the bread. Really big fan of the turkey that they use, whatever that kind of soy protein is. I would just have liked more stuffing and more cranberry, I think. It is now a couple of hours later and I'm about to have my final meal deal of the day, which is technically not even a meal deal, so I have kind of cheated in this challenge a little bit, I guess. I picked up this sandwich in Lidl the other day, and as far as I'm aware, Lidl don't technically have a meal deal, so they sell sandwiches, they sell snacks, they sell drinks, so they have all of the individual components, but I don't think they actually have an offer that's like a meal deal. So I didn't bother picking up a snack and a drink just because I didn't really see the point if I wasn't gonna get like a good price for it. I do technically have drinks and snacks at home and they would have just been standard things, like they weren't festive snacks. So just picked up the sandwich from Lidl. I did originally intend on going to Co-op for my final meal deal. I really liked the sound of their vegan Christmas meal deal this year. I think it was like a standard turkey sandwich like most of the places, but they did have a vegan Christmas Rocky Road, which, I mean, I love Rocky Road, but I'm pretty sure this one's chocolate orange, which is like my favourite combination ever. So that is what I wanted to get, but when I went to Co-op they had run out. I mean, I did go a little bit late in the day, so can't blame them, but it did mean I didn't end up picking anything up from Co-op. In hindsight, I should have just picked up the Rocky Road and bought it separately, and then I could have had that with my snack for this, but I didn't. So this is going to be my final meal deal. It is a festive vegan feast sandwich with vegan mayonnaise and cranberry sauce. So the full kind of description is soy protein, vegan sage and onion mayonnaise made with pea protein, cranberry sauce, spinach and fried onions on malted bread. So this sounds very similar to the Boots one. It's going to be Battle of the Turkey sandwiches. I think the only difference is the Boots one had stuffing and this one has sage and onion like flavoured mayonnaise instead. I mean, it looks very similar. The turkey looks very similar. It also has like the spinach and everything in it. So I think it might taste pretty similar, but we will see. I think outside of the meal deal, this one will definitely be cheaper than the Boots one. I think this was £1.69 potentially, and Boots sandwiches I think are more like £2, although don't quote me on that. So if you are just going to get a sandwich and not a whole meal deal, then we'll see if it's worth just going to Lidl instead. So this is what the inside of this one looks like. Potentially not quite as filled as the Boots one, but it's a similar sort of bread. It feels a lot softer again than the white bread this morning, which is a good sign. That turkey has a very different texture to the Boots one. I will say, it's something that I found with all of the sandwiches today. They like pile the filling in the very centre of the bread, which makes sense, but it just means that when you get to the corners, there's like nothing there. Like on this one, this corner is literally just cranberry sauce pretty much. So I feel like they could be better with their distribution of everything, but the middle bit is really good at least. I would say this is definitely very similar to the Boots sandwich. The main difference is like the turkey pieces. These seem to be like big strips, whereas the Boots sandwich, I'm pretty sure they were like tiny little chopped up pieces, which makes it a lot easier to eat. I feel like when you bite into this, it feels quite tough. Like the turkey feels way chewier than the Boots one, at least as far as I can remember. Taste wise, it definitely tastes really good. I think it tastes very similar to the Boots one. It's got slightly more of the sage and onion flavour, I think, which is interesting because this is only meant to be sage and onion mayonnaise, whereas I'm pretty sure the Boots one had sage and onion stuffing in it, which I don't think I could taste at all earlier. Like the Boots one, this could do with a little bit more flavour from like the cranberry sauce, I think. I'm pretty sure all three sandwiches today were meant to have fried onions in them, and I haven't tasted that once. I think overall, I would definitely rate the Boots one slightly higher, literally just based on the turkey texture. I feel like this one is just slightly off. Still tastes really good. I think I would give this maybe like an 8 out of 10 and then give the Boots one an 8.5 out of 10. The sausage sandwich that I had for breakfast I would definitely keep at the bottom. That one was just too dry. I wasn't a big fan of the textures there, and the chutney was like a little bit overpowering. I might have just got a bad sandwich, but that one wasn't my fave necessarily. It was still really good, but I definitely think I'm just preferring the vegan turkey sandwiches. It's kind of made me want to go out and buy all of the other vegan turkey sandwich options out there. I feel like there are so many this year. I could have probably done like a week's worth of food of just vegan Christmas turkey sandwiches, but I don't think my body would want to go through that. I'm very much craving some like cooked food right now. As much as I don't feel hungry, I just want to eat something like warm and filling. I don't want to eat a cold sandwich and snacks, but it hasn't been too bad today. I've definitely enjoyed everything I've eaten. I've got those Olivia's Kitchen bites to have later on this evening with probably just some water because I didn't buy another drink. My own fault, but that is going to be everything that I'm eating today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if there's any other Christmas videos you want to see from me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.